Welcome in, Michael here. The business lending, business loan broker slash agent industry is very rough. Now, if you don't pay enough close attention to it, it will pass you by. Things will go underneath your nose, uncovered. You perhaps thought was there, you should have done more thorough research on. And what I mean by a lot of that is this. If you're unaware, there are different models within this business. There are the true business loan brokers, brokering deals every single day like myself. And then you have the whole MLM network marketing setup. So when you think about it, what model are you in? Are you in a combination of both? More? In this scheme, not a pyramid scheme, just the scheme of how this all goes, the ones who win, I created content on this in the past, are those who run a house of agencies. The house always wins. And whoever's at the top is going to eat the most. With these MLM, network marketing, business, loan brokering, or agent businesses, the house will always win, and they'll likely always win and get the most from it. Even when you do, you'll get wins from time to time, but the house will always win. How is that? At the rate that you're getting clients funded versus the person at the top who created the brokerage, let's say, or who's an extension of that brokerage and somebody else is getting paid out, they're the ones housing you and a variety of others. And so they're getting deals funded through you and through them. So not technically am I saying it's a pyramid scheme or a Ponzi, because that's not what this is. But they're at the top, and whenever they bring in somebody and that person funds a client, yes, you'll likely earn more, but they're still getting their percentage of it. Now, they didn't get that much maybe from you. Again, next time they will. They have somebody else, though, that got a funding, so they're getting it from them, then that person, then that person. And so who's the one that is actually gaining the most? The house. So you have to be cautious of these people out there and understand if they are real experts in what they do. I've been in this very long on both sides of the equation, and I understand, the models of how they work. I'm an introvert. I'm more of a thinker, mathematical, system oriented. I like reviewing documents. I wouldn't be in this if I couldn't review. I couldn't underwrite to an extent, know what those underwriters are looking for. And I have contemplated for a long time just becoming an underwriter because I'm very analytical, and that's where I find my fulfillment in all of this. But I also have other businesses, and I also see the scalability within this business. So the opportunity cost and cost trade-offs do make sense. I get that, being independent as well. But keep in mind that there are these MLM/network marketing formatted business funding agencies out there. There's a brokerage where they house those lenders, so you're doing it indirectly. See, I have those direct lender partnerships already, personally and in business, the best that are out there. And then there's a brokerage setup where they have those lenders that I'm already associated with, but it's best to bring my clients through there for maximum funding, terms and rates, flexibility, early payment discounts, the market, them getting looked by a variety of lenders. We thought one, but it's actually the second or third one. And sometimes you have it so precise, and you know for that client and for that industry, it's best to go here and do it this way, set up the broker fee like this, or this payout like this, and another way to process it like that. There are a few places there. So yes, it can work in your interest to do it in opposite way. But again, keep in mind that those who are training you, do they really know what they're doing themselves? And two, have they done this? A lot of people who are in that position have done this. But to what extent? How much do they generate? Personal revenue, business revenue. How many clients did they help? Volume of clients, sizable clients. Do they know an array of products and services, not just one specific one? Because there are a lot of people out there that tell you, hey, go sell out those cash out advances. And you're like, those are medium to high rates. There's a time and a place for them. But there are also other services that are in the best interest of the client or whatever makes most sense to them. So you really have to vet your sources. There are people out there who create training programs that'll charge you a good amount, but they don't actually show you how to read bank statements, look at credit reports, read tax returns, a whole array of things that they can help you and teach you on. They don't. They probably bring in an industry expert, or they bring in somebody else, but they're not really showing you much. They're just telling you to refer here. They have contracts set in place. See, the person who runs that brokerage, the person who does these training programs, they're the one that have these contracts with these lenders that if you bring somebody in and you fund them, they were probably a part of it, helping along the way, more or less. So they get a percentage, you may get more, but now they have 20, 30 different agencies. They're not the one promoting the products, but they're earning from the people that they have. And these people also know how difficult it is to be on the front end, being that broker / agent, trying to help a client get through. I know this very, very well. I thrive in the back end work. I still have to do parts of the front end, but I thrive in the analytical work, the back end. I'm like the silent partner. I have my other businesses. I've done this and I've helped out other business owners in their businesses. But I like the one looking at data, system engineering, marketing and advertising it on this side on the back end, iterating this and that. And I went to school. I studied a bit of sociology. I played Division I soccer for a little bit, moved into chemical engineering then, studied chemistry for quite a bit, and that's my favorite class. And then I made a big transition. It was a big change. I had to do it, but I went into business because I wanted to start a business eventually. And so that's the path that it led me down. I've worked in construction, manufacturing, warehousing. I was a ramp agent in my younger 20s, and those roles in my younger 20s, in the field positions, running the machines actually. And then later on getting into a financial logistics position, working hard up here, lifting a few boxes for a huge contracting company servicing HP and Peace Health. And that company went down under, 50 plus people relieved. I had to go back on unemployment benefits, food stamp cards. Not a good feeling, introvert me, thinking that way. Couldn't even make eyes with the person at the register, purchasing my groceries and through my EBT card. And it just felt like I couldn't provide for my family back then. Even splitting the bill 50-50 or 40-60 or myself completely or them paying, and I just couldn't, it didn't feel good, and I didn't want to let my family down. Not everything is linear. Somebody like myself going through school and doing things like that, not everything is that way. And so I started a business, digital marketing agency, lead generation business, health affiliate marketing, other verticals in that space, other ventures. This is my primary focus as a business funding expert, business loan broker expert. So hopefully you got some knowledge. Be careful, vet your sources, understand who you're getting the information from. Just because they sound good, just because they share their story with you, and because now it resonates with you, and now you have that culture with them, or now you care about them even more. I'm not saying don't care about them, but there's a fine line with who you should follow in this industry to help you get to your monthly revenue goals and get to where you want to be, not only in terms of money, but where you want to be in your health and your relationships with family, friends, with making sure you have the right daily habits and routines. There's a lot more to account for. Be careful. Just because somebody says something nice to you doesn't mean it is right or wrong, but just hear what isn't being said, read what is not being put on paper. And myself, I'm very observant, less of a talker, more of a doer. I'm a Libra. We are very loyal. Would say we are more well balanced, and I guess you could say intellectual. I'm just more reserved to myself, ambiverted with extroverted qualities as well, but introverted mostly. I have a younger brother, and then there's my mom and my dad. My brother's the Gemini. So hopefully you got some information. This could spill into this network marketing / MLM setup, and there's people out there that are like that. And so who wins a lot of the time? The house. Unless you have a good rate of bringing in clients, but you don't want to burn yourself and just being the guy over or the girl on the phone over and over. I'm sure you don't want to be doing that too much. My skill set is reviewing documents. My skill set is sharing with them a highly personalized and customized email response, even with a PDF on what their best funding option and options would look like, even giving them information that is not publicly released, pre-underwriting, looking at all this stuff, analyzing cash flow analysis, operating income, free cash flow, all this other stuff, improving their cash flow, profitability. There's so many other ways you can go into this, but again, be cautious on who you take advice, who you take information from. Not everybody has your best interest. The ones up there, like I didn't say this too much earlier, but they're pushing you. Like, yeah, go out there and get clients, get on the phone, do it. And they're not the ones doing it. They want you to do it so that way they can earn from you a percentage because of those contracts they have set in place that you get a percentage. They got to pay the company first, pay off all these things, then they pay themselves, but they'll get a handful of it from those profits, freeing up cash flow, doing all this other stuff that they're doing. So when you hear that, really dig in. And they may not be in the field like they used to, or weren't even good in the field, or not even in it at all, but they're a different part of that association, or they're a separate association. So whenever you hear something, just understand that the certain products like the cash advances could be helpful, could not be, just depends on the client. There are many others to focus on as well. Just understand how to look at credit, cash flow, collateral, business trade credit, business credit, personal credit, startup, non-startup funding. Different solutions really be in the market because these things change from time to time. That is all from me. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will speak to you on the, oh wait, one more thing. Yeah, so there are other ways, as I said, the network marketing MLM model, and then there's the brokering, there's the processing fee to this, the collecting the applications, the documents, reviewing, going directly to the lenders, other components to that as well. There's pros and cons to both sides. Sometimes you have to begin somewhere to evolve somewhere else, and then when you begin somewhere, it's sometimes best just to stay there because it's the most helpful thing to do. So that is all from me. Appreciate you. More information I'll leave below down in the description. Talk to you soon. Bye.